January 31st. Cold and windy, a little bit of snow. Just heading down the trail into the spice bush. Looks like the deer have been using this trail this winter. Quite a bit of sign. Stand we put up last year and haven't really hunted yet. This is what we call the spice bush stand. It's a stand of big tooth aspen. And we've gone through here and planted, I believe, a dozen spice bush plants, which you can see marked here. Thinned out the beech brush, which as you can tell, where we didn't thin, it's very prolific and kind of takes over the understory. So we're making plans to deal with that a little more aggressively this year. That's where we piled a lot of the beech cuttings. Bush plot. There's rows of them planted throughout here. The property line is just down here about 40 yards. You can see the posted sign there. We're going to take this plot and pretty much run it right down to the property line. Maybe over here to the south a little bit. The larger diameter beech trees that are affected by the beech bark disease or girdling. Because when you girdle the tree, they die slowly and tend to produce less root suckering, which is a form of vegetated reproduction. For a beech nut is not required for the tree to sprout. It sprouts through the root system. It's very difficult to control, and it really chokes out the understory and is not eaten by the wildlife. Thus it really takes over the woods if you don't manage it. See a little buck rub here. Little striped maple from last fall. Listen to that wind. And the spice bush is right on the edge of what we call the riparian corridor, which starts over here with an intermittent stream which comes out of the ground as a seep and flows overland during the wet season and down into the brook that then flows across the road into the land trust and becomes the headwaters of 6 Mile Creek. One of several streams on this hill that are the headwaters. Now here's another issue we have, which is multiflora rose, which is an invasive plant which really takes over where there's openings in the canopy, as you can see up here. We did some timber stand improvement, crop tree release back in 2008-2009, which opened up the canopy, and this rose has really taken over. So we're going to take some action on it this year and potentially introduce rosette disease using a brush hog from another property that has rosette disease. And we're also going to chop it down and pull it out by the roots if we can, to try to get on top of it. You can see straight ahead there's another real thick patch of rose, and this will grow 5 or 6 feet high and make the woods almost impassable. So this riparian corridor we're going to manage for wildlife, grouse, turkey, deer. We're also going to do some plantings like wild ginger, squite dot, which we're going to plant along the creek bank, which is a medicinal plant. So we have quite a few projects planned for this. And the snow melted a couple days ago, so the water's flowing pretty well. See, it heads right downhill here. The brook it flows into is probably about 250 to 300 yards. And the headwaters of this stream are actually on my road, my driveway, straight up the hill here, about 150, 200 yards tops. And it comes out of the side of the hill as a seep. It's good fresh water, good mountain water.